Welcome to the match review of the Newcastle Leicester game in the Carabao Cup quarter final. Sam, not really much to say. Obviously, we got knocked out by the Toon. Not really much else you can say about it. Obviously, it wasn't the greatest performance. We all knew it was going to be a tough game to go into. We rode the storm for the first half an hour. Got to half time 0-0. And then that was the game really, because obviously then they came out and got two decent goals that chucked us out the cup. What do you expect?
I mean, it sums us up a little bit. We held on 60 minutes until they scored, but they had a second game plan. They, like Josh said, they wanted it more. They changed it up. They realised after however long was it working, they changed around, put Dan Burn in a bit more of a wing back role, and what does he do? Goes and scores. It's plan B by Eddie Howe and it works, and it's plan A by Rodgers didn't work. Shock, isn't it? It's obvious. There's not much more to say about it, really. It's Rodgers' plan A and his only plan doesn't work again and again and again. What else can we really say about that?
Well, like I said it on the watch along last night that someone like Dan Burn can go up front and score. Yeah, we've got Daka, we've got Barnes, we've got Perez, who can't get a shot on goal. We only had one shot on target the whole game. You can't really expect to be winning a game when they've got 21 shots with 9 on target and we've literally got 1. There's not really much more to say about it. Obviously, it is a review, but really, you can't really say anything about it. Now we go into a massive derby game, which really isn't great in the form we're in. Ross says you two look like brothers. No, Jake's over there. I'm not Jake. Oh no, that's the mask gone. Grace says pathetic, lethargic, no commitment, no nothing. We are a ship sinking. I've said that if we do lose to Forest on the weekend, I'm still not saying the words, but something has to change because we are looking at going down at this rate.
Yeah, like I said, Forest, who were playing on Saturday, if they beat us, they go ahead of us. We're on the same points. If we draw, we stay ahead of them. But we're only ahead of them now on goal variance. They've let in a lot of goals, and we did as well. But we obviously brought it back in those few games. It's just there's a lot going on at the moment in the club. Like we were saying earlier, there's a lot of little pockets that are causing these problems. It's not just Rodgers playing one tactic; it's Top not investing in the club.
Yeah.
He's not brought in any money, and I know you could say it's because we've got a lot of players and a lot of wages, but we need to start bringing in some more players. It's just finding the obvious. And that's, in my eyes, that's Rodgers. I think the team has a handful of problems. It's just a lot going wrong. We've got. For me, one of the big things that I always come back to is Rodgers signed Patson Daka last year. And I'm not saying Daka's a bad player, but Rodgers doesn't play a player like Daka in the way, in the way he plays.
I think the thing that suits Daka is two up front, because he needs someone to either pass the ball across the box to, like he did with last night with Barnes, but Barnes just wasn't there. Whereas someone like Kel might have been there to tap the ball in the net, but. I do get you, but we'll talk about the goals a little bit. I'm not sure if you saw them, but both are very defensively poor.
Yeah, again, our whole back forward, with the injuries out, Thomas and Castagna. I mean, I don't want to say anything against Castagna. I think he's definitely. I don't think it's confidence thing. He can play well, but recently he's played pretty poor. Thomas again, he needs a loan out in the Championship for a season or two, a bit like Charlie's done, just to get some regular game time, because he is just not. He's not Premier League quality. I don't even know if he cuts in the Championship, to be honest with you. But Premier League, he's too. He's just one-dimensional as a defender. I think there's a lot of players wrong. I mean, like I was saying to you earlier, at the moment, a lot of players that are playing are the ones that are happy to sit on the bench to take 80 grand a week and do nothing. So they're not fussed if we win, lose or draw, to be honest with you. A lot of those players out there at the moment.
Yeah, like people are saying, Daka's just not good enough. And don't get me wrong, each and every game I see him start and he doesn't do much. I do kind of see where people are coming from. I still think he's a good striker. Just at the moment, it doesn't suit it, does it? And I just don't think we're going to get the best out of him at the moment. But looking from yesterday's result and how we performed after we did change to a 2 up top, we did create a few more chances. We've already had a few sitters.
But it took
70
minutes.
Oh yeah. I'm not denying that. No.
It's not just this game; it's every game. When you saw, I don't know if someone saw, we did a post out who should play in the team, and all 4 of us said we need 2 strikers up front, and we didn't play with 2 strikers up front. We carried up with Roger's golden boy Barnes, who does nothing all game. So again, as fans, we can all see what's wrong and what we can do with the team we've got, but Rogers can't see it. I don't understand where his paycheck is. The club might as well pay us or a handful of his money to do Rogers' job.
Yeah, that's true there, Councillor. He's about to stay in the Prem now. Like, before the game yesterday, I was like, we need to try and win this cup because we're only a few games away. Now we've lost it in the way we did. It's like, we've just got to make sure we get these points now. And even if we scrap a 1-0 win against Forest on Saturday, I'll take it, even if we do perform poor. And even if it's because they were poor.
If we lose and it's quite a bad loss,
yes.
That's gone. Do you think that's gone, or is that?
I'm not saying I'm not. Again, I still think there's other reasons why we are playing bad, but I think it has to change. I said that at the start of the season when we lost 7 or 8 out of 8 games, when we drew and lost 7. I think that had to change, and that Forest game really did. Jonathan said once I needed to, we're going through a bad period. We're overachieved for ages. The thing is, I've not since yesterday. I was not that negative, really. I was saying there's always some positive come out of games and whatnot, but
it's all well and good. Like, you can say why so negative and whatnot, but if you don't look at the situation, we are in a relegation battle this season at the moment.
With the form we've got at the moment and the fixtures we've got coming up, we could be winless in about 10 games.
I mean, Man City, 10 years ago, whenever they started looking good, they were saying, all their fans saying they're overachieving, and they carried on pushing. For me, we got to top 5 because we had a great team, and we didn't build on it. We've gone stale, like you said. We kept the same players, and I think the only reason we're not in the top 8 again this season is because it's our own downfall. Rogers not playing well, top 9 investing money, players on too high wages.
There's so many different things going into it, and that's why I'm saying that I don't think Rogers going would be the solution. There's obviously still top not putting money in the club, like I said. There's a podcast going up later that's got a bit more in detail of what we've been saying about the last few weeks and coming into the Forest match. But people are saying sign Jack Suter from Stoke. There's so many different solutions to the issues we've got, but nothing's happening at the moment because, like you say, we all wanted the top 2 against Newcastle. It worked better when we were going 2 up top against Newcastle in the last 20 minutes. Again, it was only 20 minutes, but surely it has to click in Rodgers' head at some point that something has to change, or we will be in danger.
He's too stubborn as a manager. He won't. It's been like this for 18 months. It's not just the Newcastle game. We were all at this conversation when we lost 4-1 to Forest in the cup. When they were in the Championship and we played them last season. And we all
remember that game in the cup last season. His words after the game were, "We need a summer rebuild." And what did we get? We didn't get a summer rebuild.
I agree.
And again, no, that's what I mean. Yeah.
For me, I don't know what's wrong with the club. I don't know if there's no money at the moment. There must be something wrong. But we all keep having this conversation where we come back and say Rogers out, Rogers in, and stuff like that. But something has to change at the club. Whatever it is, something needs to change because it's just not good enough.
Yeah, let's get a few more comments in before we end the live. Gray says the next 4 fixtures we've got, I think, are Villa, Spurs, Brighton, Man U, 0 points. Again, I agree. And even after the Man U game, you've got Spurs and Arsenal, I think. That's 7 games that you could see no points from. And unless we really change how we play and Rogers has stopped being stubborn, we probably are going to be in that situation where we're fighting for survival.
It doesn't take a genius. Rogers wants to play his style of football, but the players he's got, it doesn't work. So he just
a full fit squad. I think we do, but at the moment we're not.
It's better with a full fit squad, but again, we don't have that.
We're trying to play a Man City style when we've literally got the bog standard players.
For me, the team that we could play now is very more counter-attacking. With Albright and Vardy up front and Diddy in there. It's just he gets paid a lot of money to do his job, and he's refusing to play any other way than this way.
Rogers' job is to get the best out of what he has. We're relegated. It's looking that way at the moment. Don't throw Rogers under the bus. I was just saying it's a tiny part of an issue that there's many issues going on at the club, and I think even Sam agrees. Even if Rogers goes, it might change a bit. The positivity might be a bit there, but we're still not going to be on the consistency that we were a few years back when we were getting top six most years.
He did get us, 2 top 5 positions, and he did well. I'm not denying that. But I think as a manager, he's just got to have more in the tank than one style of football, because that's all he has at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Chancellor says, what impact on Leicester Fan TV if we go down? Nothing. We'll still be doing it even if we go to the Championship. Hopefully we can smash the Championship like Burnley are this season. If we do go down, but we just hope we don't get to that stage. And I think the one thing I do trust in Top is I think if we do get to the stage, like even if the next 5 games we lose them, or even maybe even after Forest on Saturday, I do trust him to do. If he knows he's in that sort of serious position in getting relegated, I think he will have to pull the plug on something.
We can't just keep saying after the next few games, just give him a little bit more chance. It's been happening.
Well, like Ross says, if we lose to Forest, I think it's game over. I think it is. I think.
What does one win against a pretty average Forest team, say? It doesn't say anything. I don't know how he keeps his job in after we keep losing and in the same style. I don't see it personally. I don't know. I'm just bored of saying the website. I've been saying it for the past 2 years almost. It's the same topic of same style of football. Doesn't work. Doesn't change it up. We'll probably see the same against Forest.
Let's hope not, but yeah, I think we will.
Around the back of the whole game against Forest, thinking if any manager has half a brain, they'll say, right, just push Leicester's defence. They can't handle it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me before we end is the fact that yesterday was a big game. It was a quarter-final. We could have gotten to the semi-final, and the way we lost it was just not good enough. And I've lost as much as I want to be positive, I lost a lot of faith in not just Rodgers but the team. Obviously, you can't help Rodgers as much as you want to pass around the back. You can't expect a defender to concede like that. Dan Burn runs through them. Rodgers can't do anything about that. That is the players not being good enough to let their goals in. And as much as you want to say the pass around the back and whatnot, it was there. Well, the goals went in.
Again, like I say, I'm not just all blaming on Rodgers. Top has to shift some money into the club.
Exactly. That is one of the big issues.
Days into January, we've also need at least 3 or 4 players this window to at least try and have a good
revive the season.
We've not got like we're signing anyone. The only rumour I've heard is we might get Boga on loan again after the Lookman made him get dropped out of the Atalanta team. So it's just we're a bit of a joke on the club if we did get him. To be honest, it's a ridiculous transfer.
Yeah, no. So obviously we're going to end it there for the match review. Honestly, like I said, the podcast is out later today. I'll put it out for 3:00. So make sure you have a watch of that, and they'll be on TalkSport and all that as well. And make sure to watch the watch along on Saturday. I think we might be doing a preview at some point. I'm not too sure. Maybe Phil will do one on Friday night. I'm not too sure, but if not, we'll definitely have a watch along to watch the big East Midlands derby. Hopefully, something happens or something changes. Otherwise, I think it might be the end of Rodgers' era at Leicester. But there you go, Councillor. Keep the faith, up the Foxes, of course.
Yeah, let's hopefully turn the season around. As like I said, prior to this season, it's 40 points, isn't it?
Oh yeah. The same season we said that was when we won the league. So you never know. You never know. Right, that's it. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it.